We're live.
Are we
logging into my phone?
Let me see. Look like a little real small.
Are we logging into my phone? Yeah.
Go for it, Chino. You the man with the master plan.
All right, you guys ready?
We're ready.
Yeah, we get to go, brother.
All right. Yeah, Chinocomics said you and Chino must have been watching. Who wasn't watching Game of Thrones?
What's Game of Thrones?
Yeah, for real.
What is Game of Thrones?
I think it's only like the hottest show to come out on HBO, you know, besides Sopranos and everything else that HBO has come out with.
Well, The Walking Dead was pretty good in the beginning,
So,
like 2 seasons.
Basically, man, I guess we'll do the intros. Manny, intro your channel.
I have no channel. My channel is Chinocomics&more. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
Okay. Chino's funny. I think Chino can hear me. Can you hear me, Chino?
Yeah, he can hear you.
You know what's funny?
What?
I can't hear him.
Oh, you can't hear him?
I heard him earlier, but
Oh, for real?
All right, let me jump back out. I'll jump back in.
Damn, I'm over here laughing. He should be able to get on there.
yeah, he's on the phone, so we shouldn't have any issues with. Man, dude, I was watching Game of Thrones and I fucked myself.
Why's that?
All right, can you hear me now?
Let's see, Manny can hear us. Can you hear us, Manny?
Can you hear me?
He's talking to you. I can hear him, but I don't know if you can hear him.
You know what, dude? I think Chino had to jump out, bro.
Yeah, Chino, I think, well, if Chino jumps out, I might kill this whole thing.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, he could try it. Go ahead, Chino.
No, all I have to do is, man, we live in an age of modern technology, bro. All he has to do is, here, real simple.
What, you got FaceTime or something?
You on the Sprint phone menu?
No, I'm on my main phone.
Yo, and I just want to say what's up to everybody here that's in the chat with us right now, man. Yo, we got H-Town Comics for All People #1. James Gallegos, Comic Ace, what's going on? Anna G130. Yeah, we got tons of people up in here, man. All I know for me is the Game of Thrones, man. Game of Thrones. I have nothing else to say.
I'll be right back.
I can hear him on the other phone.
You can hear him?
Yeah.
It's probably an echo though, huh?
Yeah. Yo, Jigs, what's going on, brother, man?
Hey, Jigs, man, I didn't see you on the. I didn't see him on the waffle.
I know that's surprising.
Probably sleeping.
Nah, you don't hear right now. Kinsman Redeemer, what's going on, man? Chino, Manny, I know you guys probably wanted to cry after this episode tonight of Game of Thrones. So,
not really. You know what, man? I mean, I guess if we can start off, I thought the episode kind of started a little slow. Then kind of took a little twist here and there, especially with the one thing I don't like what they're doing with Daenerys, man.
Yeah,
they're kind of making her to like a villain, kind of.
I feel you, man, but I think the way that everything is turning out with the show, I think is going in the right direction.
Yeah.
The problem is Daenerys is turning into what every other king and queen has turned into.
Well, hold up, look, you're missing out on the chat because Kinsman Redeemer said no spoilers.
Oh,
damn, Kingsman. So you're gonna have to get kicked out of here, bro. We might as well find out who the waffle, who won the waffle, do all that stuff.
Okay, so what happened with the waffle is that
not to interrupt you, brother. Try to clear out because I think you guys have me on the main screen. Just
click on YouTube.
That's all I keep saying.
Click on you're the star of the show.
Listen, I'm over here with anticipation, trying to give out all my different theories, philosophies, you name it, all about Game of Thrones. So I'm trying to go in.
Yeah.
So basically, on the waffle guys, we got everyone but like 2 guys, man. I reached out to them, and they're good for it, but I want them to catch the live show. And some of these dudes were actually hitting me up on Facebook. So we had it on Facebook, on Instagram, and my personal page, and I think Manny's.
Yeah.
So I think as soon as the money comes in by tomorrow, we should be able to do it. So another free show.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
So that kind of sucks for some people, but I'm looking at the people right here in the chat, man. I mean, I see Comic Ace. I see, I know for sure Kinsman, which he goes to art store. We have Jigs. We have A. Ramirez. We have James. I mean, we have H-Town. We have quite a few people up in here already. And really what this video was going to be about was supposed to be the waffle, but it's not ready. I guess it's still cooking. But what we wanted to do, we want to talk about Game of Thrones, you know, our reactions after the show. Me and Thor kind of touched base already a little bit on it with the issue with what I'm thinking, you know, they're making Daenerys into like a villain. So if you guys haven't watched the show, you know, we're not gonna take it personal if you jump out, because we don't want to get too far deep into it and then mess it up for you.
Yeah, I'm putting it in the chat, man. I'm just like warning.
Warning, spoilers.
Game of Thrones spoilers to come.
And hold up, guys.
Everybody dies. Basically, it ended with this on this episode, guys. So if you didn't catch it,
Damn.
Kinsman, yeah, jump off, bro. Just catch the recap.
Yeah, definitely, man. You can't miss it, man. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. So
I guess we can start, man. Let's I have Manny on there. I guess he fixed himself. Anna said she cried. All right, so Thor, let's do intros, bro. Talk about your channel, what you got coming up next week, besides the Badass Tuesday show we got going on.
Yeah, definitely. It's your boy Thoroki, bro, as you guys always know, man. You guys catch me with my brothers here, Chino and Manny, every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central Time. Always having a great time with them. Of course, I got my own channel. I got my little dollar comic auction where every comic book is literally $1. Trying to get some new things going for me where I can do talk about comic books a little bit more, talk about stories, things that you guys might not know that exists out there, or you know, just pretty much having a nice little talk about different books, you know, modern, silver, everything. And because I love getting, you know, engaging with everybody in the chat, man. So definitely looking forward to that. And go ahead, man. You guys.
Manny, plug your little channel.
All right, man. So the name of the channel is Inhuman X. Yeah, right. I don't have a channel, guys. I'm with Chino right here. We do our live show on Tuesdays, and then we just do sporadic videos, and we do some sporadic live shows like today. But you guys see me on Chino's channel most of the time. But what we did today is I'm in my house. He's at his house. I'm tired of seeing his ass. I needed a break from him. So, you know, we watched Game of Thrones, and he was texting me that he needed some tissues or whatever the case is. So I figured let's go live so we can talk about it. Chino, you're next, bro.
Yeah, and then I'll fix the camera again, Chino, because I think this thing is just on me.
No,
is it? No, it's on Manny.
No, it's jumping around. You're good.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
No, because I'm watching myself on YouTube, bro, and it's just me.
Oh, really?
That's on there. Yeah.
What you can do, Chino, is you can actually you can click on your face, and you'll be the main.
There you go.
All right, so basically, I want to thank everyone that's on here, and basically, we're doing this Sunday thing, man. I think we're gonna be doing a Sunday show. I think we haven't really come up with the time, but we wanted to do this one because we're all Game of Thrones fans, and we wanted to talk about it. But basically, what we're gonna do is, I'm sorry, man. James said, Thor, it looks like you're starting to pile up them Funko Pops.
Oh, man, I blame Chino and Manny for that. I definitely 100% blame them dudes for that.
Man, I blame the plug. But So basically, yeah, guys. So we'll be doing something on Sunday, and it's just gonna be talking about all kinds of stuff, man. So we have some segments coming out. I think by next week, I think we're gonna tap into it a little bit, but today we just want to talk about the amazing episode of Game of Thrones. But you'll see stuff like what we talk about on our 4 hour long Tuesday show. They usually go for like 2-3 hours now. Basically stuff like the pressing and cleaning, Marvel versus DC stuff, Grails, um, I think everything, playoffs, basketball, anything. I mean, we're just gonna talk about movies and just in general, man. I mean, the topics will be comic related, but sometimes we're just gonna go off the rail with something new. You know, working out or I mean, it's gonna be a mixture of everything, right, Thor?
Yeah, definitely, man. So, for tonight, it's a great thing that we're all able to talk about Game of Thrones. I'm definitely, I've been looking forward to this episode tonight. From the beginning of it, guys, I can definitely tell you it was very depressing to watch the beginning because you saw all the people that they lost in battle with all the White Walkers. So to be able, to be able to watch that, and then for them to pay, in a sense, pay homage to the dead, it was depressing because it's like you don't want nobody to die because these technically are the good people in the show. So, but that's the casualty of war. Eventually you're gonna have people that are gonna lose their lives. It was tons of them. I mean, the fire that they had in the beginning, dude, was freaking intense. You know, so I don't know what you guys thought about that whole intro. At the beginning.
Well, before Manny goes, let me talk, Manny. So basically, when I was reading my spoilers a while back, like last year, they did talk about Winterfell burning. So actually, when I was reading back then, I guess they were talking about this episode, and they mistook it for Winterfell in flames, basically. But I just want to throw that in there. But what I thought on it was it was kind of cool that they paid homage to those guys one last time in the beginning of the episode. Instead of just burning, regular bodies or saying, "Oh, he was over there," or whatever. I like that they got one last piece of like send off before um, they actually went home and packed their stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. You see them guys, basically dead, but the actors are still there in the beginning of the episode.
And I think what happened too is that it showed each individual person that kind of lost someone. So I thought it was pretty it's kind of sad in a way because like you said the good guys died, a lot of the good guys died, but some of the main characters have been there for a good minute, also got killed. So Daenerys lost someone, Jon Snow lost someone, basically everybody lost someone, and it's really cool that they kind of did pay the respects to them. But then after that it kind of it moved on because it's like anything, that's one phase of the war is done, but the big battle, the main thing is still ongoing, and they celebrate afterwards, which I thought was really cool, because like anybody, once you're successful at something, you gotta celebrate, But I started noticing that Daenerys wasn't really comfortable. She didn't feel comfortable, and there's like the people are gravitating towards Jon Snow, and that's cool and all. But I figured like it would have probably been more impactful, and I think they were building up on this for a long time if Jon Snow would have fought the Night King. That's just my opinion. And I do appreciate Arya killed him, but they're saying that they're praising Jon Snow, but they kind of just gave like a quick shout out to Arya. Oh yeah, Arya killed the Night King. Cool.
Yeah.
That's a big thing to me that she killed him.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, big time. And then I mean, when they were in the castle and they were all celebrating and everything like that, like I understand why they did what they did in that portion where you see Daenerys is almost being a little envious
Yeah.
of the fact that everybody is leaning towards Jon Snow. But the other thing too, on top of that, is the secret that they both hold and knowing that he is a Targaryen.
Yeah.
So when you look at it from that perspective, she rightfully in her mind, she already knows, he is the rightful heir to the throne. So one way or another, there's no way around that. So now that she's starting to see people flocking around him and, just rejoicing and pretty much always seeing him as a leader, even though he doesn't want the throne, dude, that was like a very impactful scene because it goes to show you, it goes to show you the route that Daenerys is kind of taking, where she's almost seeming like, like every other king prior, or every other queen like Cersei. They become, they just become like tyrants in a sense, and because they want to get there, they want to be in that position. So,
well, and I'll if you guys, I mean, I watched a lot of Game of Thrones, and I watched it various times too. So I've watched like every season probably like 10 times.
Oh shoot!
Like, to be honest. So if you guys go back to early on in the seasons, she's always been a hothead, bro. Like after season 1, like every time that, like when she took over Marine and all that,
yeah.
like the guys that were kind of guiding her always kind of kept her in check. She always wanted to like burn the cities and do this and all that. I mean, it's like it's coming back in circle, like her, like again, she just can't be checked, man, and you saw it progressing through the regular seasons.
Yeah.
Like anything, like right now, her thread is she loves Jon Snow, and she loved the one dude in the beginning that was leading the
Khal Drogo.
yeah, called Drogo, and even then, man, like she in season 1, like towards the end, like she was like determined, like I don't care, we're gonna go to Westeros and we're gonna take over, and like she wanted to be like, even though Khal Drogo was like the one that was running the stuff, like she convinced him to even take a back seat, like, okay, when we go over there, I'll give you your throne and you can rule it or whatever. So knowing that Jon Snow is a true heir, I mean, yeah, she's in love and she's conflicted, and it's just rising back those emotions, man. And it's in their Targaryen blood, bro. The Targaryens, for the most part, they're kind of crazy and shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you look at the original king, and he was called the Mad King for a reason. So,
well, he went mad, and this is you guys don't know this. They didn't touch on it on the stupid on the show, but he went mad because Bran in the books, well, not in the books, but it's coming up in the books. Bran, when he's the three-eyed raven, he was the one that was going back in time trying to prevent the White Walkers, and he's the one that drove them mad, basically.
Burn them all.
So the whispers about burn them all and this, that was actually Bran. Bran's the one that kind of screwed it up.
Yeah, and well, that's my thing, man. A lot of people are looking at the way that it's going to end, and I think Bran plays a major role. He already knows the outcome of everything. He's in a sense, he's already anticipating and foreseeing what's going to happen. So his whole thing, that's the reason too, when you saw when Jon Snow was talking to Daenerys, and then Daenerys was pleading with him, saying, please do not tell Arya and Sansa that you're a Targaryen.
Yeah.
Because it's going to cause more problems. And in a way, it's like it really didn't, because when you look, when Sansa's having that talk with Tyrion, and they're talking about, how she mentioned and said, what about if there was somebody better? And that's something that me and Slim Jim picked up on, and we were just like, immediately you could tell that she was trying to mention Jon Snow, and trying to say, hey, he remains as cool, and this is a guy that doesn't want the throne, so that pretty much be like the best guy to be there, because yes, he doesn't want it, but that also goes to show you that he can keep his cool and remain cool, even if he had to rule, all the kingdoms and things like that. So,
well, that goes back to being raised by the Starks, bro.
Yeah,
they've always been like, they don't want no part of the Seven Kingdoms, and even Ned Stark, when he had a chance to rule the Seven Kingdoms in season 1, and he went and like they're noble, so that kind of bit him in the ass. But even then, when he had the right to rule the Seven Kingdoms, because Robert had basically said, like, you're gonna rule until, you know, my kids of age or whatever. He didn't. They didn't want it, and that's why John is like the perfect one, because he has the noble of the Starks, where they're like humble, and they're like, if they give you their word, like he said, I gave you my word, like I bend the knee, like this and this. The only thing he did,
he's a leader, he's a war hero, and that's
Yeah.
what people want. You know, like people respect that. Even fellow warriors, those that fight underneath you, he pretty much, when you look back at everything, he united everybody. He united the wildlings. He he united everybody from the north. You know, uniting it with the Targaryens. Like he pretty much put everything into play. So all that stuff right there, you know, it's like that right there to him, you know, so many people respect him, and that in a sense, Daenerys feels that she doesn't have that respect.
Yeah.
So that's where it kind of falls off a little bit, and it kind of falls into the hands of this is why she might not be the right choice for, you know, to be the queen, to be the leader.
so Manny, go for it.
Yeah, and I think also, man, I think, you know, like you guys kind of touch base, man. You know, she really can't keep her cool for too long, and you know, her I guess her true colors starting to show, and she just really wants that throne a little too much. And sometimes you want something too much, you know, you kind of start you become blinded, and you get that tunnel vision, and then you start just doing things that, you know, probably you shouldn't be doing, and you put yourself in positions where you're just going to be taking and making mistakes, which led to it because, you know, once they left the north and they started making their way to the south, you know, Sansa said herself, you know, these guys need some rest, you know, we need to basically regather ourselves, you know. So they take off or whatever, and they're coming in high and mighty, you know, they look like they're ready to destroy the city, and right off the bat, boom, you know, one of the dragons just gets freaking slaughtered, bro, you know.
That was crazy, man. Like that part, you know, it was literally a sneak attack that was waiting to happen. And on top of that, like you said, man, Daenerys is just a hothead. She has no, you know, she doesn't have any speed bumps. So if ever, you know, if anybody's to stop her, you know, Tyrion was trying to advise against it. Who else was it?
The bald headed dude.
Yeah, the boy. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, very.
Ferris.
He was, you know, those guys are trying to tell her, like, yo, listen, like, just wait. The right moment's gonna happen. But she's so adamant. She's like pushing everything.
And look, I think that bald headed dude, he's a snake, bro. He's always been a snake, and I have a feeling that the reason it was a sneak attack by them over there in King's Landing was because maybe he sent out word or something.
As it varies.
That's the nature, I think.
But I mean, too, though. I mean, if you think about it, Cersei already knew that Daenerys had the dragons, so they prepared ahead of time too. Because remember in the previous episodes, the previous season when they last showed that White Walker, they took him out the box. They all came to King's Landing and everything like that, and you know, she saw the dragons for herself and was like, "Crap, she really does have them." Because nobody believed that. Everybody thought it was a myth. Everybody thought it was just, you know, it was just all folk stories and things like that. But to see the dragons in person, now she was like, now I need to make a plan.
Yeah.
Because behind the whole thing, you know, the whole time Cersei didn't want to pretty much take over, you know, she how can I say it the right way? She was from the get-go was not expecting to send her men to go fight for the North against the White Walkers, because she knew that eventually they'll be probably able to handle them. Casualties was going to happen, minimize their armies, and she'll be able to control a lot better. So it's just like, you know, everything came into play. And now to see, you know, that the one dragon, I forgot which dragon it was that went down, and you see Daenerys is like, you know, that frustration just hit her. But then she, at the same time, she had to retreat because she knew if she stayed there in the line of fire, those dragons were, you know, her dragon was going to go down too.
That's one. Well, look, this is what people don't understand about Cersei. So Cersei's been married to Robert Baratheon, which he was very tactical in war. The Lannisters were also very tactical in their decisions on how to attack and do things. She's always been around people in war. Daenerys is just she hasn't. She just was gifted these dragons, and these dragons were such a powerhouse. She didn't really, she doesn't know about war and tactics and stuff like that, like the Cersei does. And then to go back to what y'all were talking about when they were at sea, well, that's where Theon and the Greyjoys, that's where they prevail. They're like the Vikings. Is the Vikings, Manny?
Yeah.
So they're like the Vikings, bro. Those guys were the guys that if you face them in sea, bro, they would decimate you. So like right when I saw the boats, like I knew they were gonna get attacked. Like from with Euron, and Euron's like, that dude's a sneaky ass dude.
Oh hell yeah, big time. I mean, he's tactical on the water. The thing that's gonna kill him is he's a great fighter, but tactically on water, he can go at it with the best. But when it comes back to being on land, it really comes down to Cersei. They have the wildfire, they have all these different weapons. They're willing to put everybody that lives out there and letting them into the kingdom and pretty much put them at risk, because then that way it also helps out. Everything, war is all mental, physical, emotional. I mean, you name it. That's what war is. If you can mentally get to your opponent, you already have them by the balls, like people like to say.
Yeah.
So that's what she did. She pretty much had Daenerys, and Daenerys is just so hot headed that she just pretty much just goes in there and she's like, no, I'm gonna destroy these guys with my 2 dragons. So now there's 1 dragon down, and she's got that one, the dragon that she was on. And from that point on, bro, we got to look at it, through the whole thing is like, of course, once they learn, you always learn your lessons from defeat. So they're gonna come back, and they're gonna come back, stronger. The worst part was when you started seeing them attacking the rest of the fleet for the Targaryen fleet, if you want to call it that. And once they got attacked, I mean, they got decimated, bro. There was no way they could withstand that attack. Them dudes, they all fell. You saw them climb onto shore, and that was the end of that one. So, and it was her, man, just trying to go in there. Like you said, she wasn't listening to Sansa. Sansa was like, listen, we need to take time, because if we could rebuild and we could recuperate, then we'll be able to have able-bodied guys to fight. Now, she just went in there, was like, no, I don't have time. My enemies are getting stronger. And this is where that whole mental crap is, because she knows she doesn't want to underestimate Cersei and wants to be one step ahead of her.
Well, the Unsullied were like 10,000 strong. They look like they're about 100 strong now.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. That was insane. And when they got to the walls of King's Landing, bro, it was crazy. And the worst part was, they ended up capturing Missandei. And now that they captured her, they were expecting her to talk, but that chick was so loyal, bro. No, she wasn't gonna talk.
Yeah.
And I mean, they used her though. It's a war tactic, and they pretty much used it to try to be able to, try to use it against Daenerys to make her even make more rash decisions, and just come off the top and be like, F this, I'm gonna destroy you guys. Little do they know, Cersei's already prepared for it and ready to go.
Yeah.
So what did you think? What did you guys think about that portion, man? When they came up to the wall and you saw Tyrion, man. Like, in all honesty, I thought Tyrion was about to get a bow, several of them, right in his ass, because he went up right to that wall, and then Cersei, all she had to do was give that command. I was terrified for him, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Comic has said Daenerys has to go. Look, I am going to tell y'all one thing, and this is not a spoiler anymore because episode 3 just passed. But
4.
I wanted to talk about this last time. So, funny enough, man, I'm always looking up shit. Like I have to spoil. It's like I have to spoil shit for myself. But I was talking to my wife right before episode 3 came out, and I had read that basically George R. Martin, the guy that writes the books, that he basically his wife said, hey, if you kill Ira, like That's it. I'm divorcing your ass. So I kind of knew like she was gonna have like a big role, you know. And then going back to Tyrion, like he has said it, man. The show will probably kill him just because they're going to the different. He doesn't have a lot of control of it, but in the book, he said it that that pretty much the character that's his favorite is Tyrion Lannister. So I don't think when I saw him like going up to the gate, like I just kind of remember everything that I read. I'm like, oh man, they're just gonna tease it like because Cersei's still about Lannisters, and even though
like, she loves her brothers.
Well, she doesn't love Tyrion. She despises him, but he's a Lannister, bro. And the way they've been raised is like, you know, we're Lannisters.
The way Tywin was teaching them, bro. Tywin was always like, "Yo, you're a Lannister. You're this." The same way when Tyrion killed his ass on the toilet. Well, not even the toilet, whatever the hell they used to call those damn things back in the days.
And everybody's shitters, I guess. Everybody sees the same shit.
So it's like, you know, you grabbed a little piece of hay, man, to wipe, and then that was, you know, it was a wrap from there.
Yeah. Comment here said that she's gonna go mad. She's gonna be the Mad Queen. Man, you know, I don't think she's gonna be the Mad Queen, bro. I think, and I mean, I guess we're just talking in general here.
Oh,
she's not gonna make it. Yeah, I don't.
On me, yeah. My camera's been on me this whole time, bro. I'm looking here right now.
That's good, bro. You're attractive, man. Dax is a big fan of yours.
Dax.
So this is what I think, and I haven't read spoilers or nothing, but just based on the history, I don't think she's gonna make it. I don't think she'll make it. She's gonna have to die, but I think she's gonna get the picture towards the end. I think she's gonna die. She's gonna sacrifice herself, because she already knows that Jon Snow is the true ruler. So I can definitely see Daenerys going like this mad, I guess, you know, daddy kind of like, you know, situation, and then like towards the end, in the next few episodes, she'll sacrifice herself. Like I can see that happening. Like
let me say something real quick. Going back to what Thor said, you know, whenever Tyrion went to the wall, you know, it's just, you can kind of tell like he was basically like he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. He doesn't want to see his sister die, but he knows that Daenerys is like she's walking a thin line between going, you know, crazy, hardcore, whatever it may be. So I knew he looked like he had a lot of pressure on him. And then the other thing that I'm seeing, if I want to make a prediction, I think that she won't die. I don't think that Daenerys will die. I think eventually they can probably redeem her towards the end, and I think she'll probably end up bending the knee to Jon Snow. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, man. Like, you know, when you think about it, dude, is what I think Tyrion is fearing the most is he's fearing another Cersei coming into play. And, you know, when he ended up talking with Varys, because they started talking about, because, you know, they were trying to say, hey, this isn't a secret. This is, you know, this is something that already, he was like, yeah, 8 people, you know, 8 of us know about it now. And if you know, Varys always said he had his little birds everywhere.
Yep.
So that guy knows everything. So everything that he talked about, he realized it right away something was wrong from the moment Daenerys left the table at the celebration, and he was going to follow her, and he just kind of stopped himself, you know. But he already knew that Jon is, you know, is her nephew, and he's the rightful heir to the throne. And then, like I said before, Tyrion is pretty much more thinking that, you know, that he just doesn't want another Cersei there, because that's eventually what she might turn into. Because you got to remember, Jorah, he died. They burned him in the beginning. Jorah was one of her closest confidants and one of the guys that she always needed by her side. So she, you know what I'm saying? Like, she has to be, you know, she's pretty much one of those, like, you know, I just saw what Comic Head 84 said, you know, that she has to go. I agree with that. I agree that she does. Daenerys has to 100% go, because I don't think she's going to be fit to be a queen. The crazy part is what I'm looking for is the girl that plays her is Amelia Clark. She was on Jimmy Kimmel, and I was watching her, and she was getting interviewed, and she said, "Guys, she's like, if you think 4 is gonna be something, she's like, wait for episode 5." Episode 5, she was just like, "That's the episode that you guys are just gonna be, yeah, that you guys are gonna need like, damn, the biggest tissue on earth. You guys are gonna need diapers. You guys are gonna need everything." So I'm looking forward to 5 because just from the preview and everything, and like I said, once the mountain ended up chopping off Miss Sandy's head and everything and kills her, because you knew that was bound to happen because Miss Sandy was at odds against her. There was no way she was gonna leave out of there alive. Cersei wasn't gonna let her go because she knows, I'm gonna use this girl. This was one of the close allies of Daenerys. I'm gonna use this girl because now I'm gonna make her angrier, and she's gonna make mistakes when you're angry.
Yep.
So when the mountain chopped off, man, it was sad to see it because you could even see, Grey Worm. Grey Worm was pretty much that was his love, that was his best friend. But to see that dude, some guy that was part of this army that, they don't flinch, and to see him turn around because he couldn't bear to see her getting her head chopped off. I mean, that was one hell of a scene, bro.
The only thing about Grey Worm, man, that I mean, I know he's disappointed, but it's not like he can like have sex with her, like I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
like, I mean, I don't know how I guess, whatever, but the way I look at it is like they have this bond, whatever the case is, but like, he never piped her down, so it's like, okay, dude, like you're taking it too extreme. Like I don't like the relationship like the Grey Worm and Miss Sandy, like I'm not a big fan of that, and like, the Unsullied, man, they don't feel nothing, so I guess they're trying to humanize them, but I don't know. Like, I didn't care too much for Miss Sandy, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I
thought she was gonna die because she really wasn't gonna play a pivotal role. I mean, the pivotal role that she ended up playing was, you heard her say her last word. They said any final words, and pretty much she just said Dracarys. She's pretty much saying, "Hey, fucking light these motherfuckers up, bro. Like it's a wrap."
Well, yeah, because she was gonna die regardless, man. Like she's hurt. She already knows how Cersei and them are, and like, you're captured and you're on that side, and they're overwhelmed. Like she knew it, and I mean, I wanted to see her just jump off. Really, in reality, I thought she was gonna just jump off and like take her own life, like willingly. Like I was waiting for that. I was waiting, like, okay, she, like she's not gonna let Cersei just kill her. She could have just ran off, and that would have been cool to see because then she would have, jumped off and been screaming Dracarys and poop. And but
telling you, you should have wrote the damn story with it. People probably would have been down laughing, man. She would have been limping with broken legs, trying to like go across. I mean, there's so many routes. There's so many routes they could have taken for that.
Tyrion would have tried to catch her, and boom, there go 2 main characters there. James Gallegos, thank you, man, for checking in out. We're only gonna be here We'll be here till probably 11, man. So 6 minutes, we can get a lot more talking. So I guess overall, man, I wasn't disappointed with the episode. I think it was a little slow burn. I love that it picked up towards the end, kind of like episode 2. So I think this is going to be the last one. I think episode 5 will be another big war. Because it's supposed to be an hour and 20 minutes or so again. And then the last one goes to like regular, like 65 minutes or 70 minutes or something like that.
Okay.
So I think the last one will be like basically everyone just kind of, wrapping it up. But I think this next one's going to have a lot of stuff, a lot of cool stuff. I think Cersei's going to die by Jaime. That's what I think. And
I agree with you 100%, bro. That's why I think, I mean, and that was another part that we forgot to talk about when you saw Brienne and Jamie. They end up having relations for the first time.
Yeah.
And she, that was bound to happen. Now the problem was she realized, and when all these things that are going on, and after you heard that the attack happened and the dragon went down, that was Jamie's way of being like, man, I have to go handle my business and I have to take care of this personally. And that's when you just saw him, man. He had to do it, man. Even though Brienne wanted him to stay, he had to go because he's literally going to be the only one, unless I thought of something crazy, which I was talking with my wife, and I said Arya is going to end up having the King's Hand's face and everything on, and she's going to be the one that like slits freaking Cersei's throat and friggin', like all these different freaking variations of things that can happen. But in all honesty, I do think Jamie Lannister is going to be the one that ends up killing her, because they didn't specifically say, like, I don't know if you guys remember when she was young in that one episode and she went to the fortune teller and she was told that she was going to die at the hands of one of her siblings. And her whole mentality was she thought because she had so much hatred for Tyrion, she's always thinking that Tyrion was the one that was going to kill her. So that's why she's trying to keep him at a distance. But in reality, it's going to be Jamie.
Well, I think it's going to be Jamie because he found out that Cersei was whoring around and she got pregnant by someone else. So I don't think he liked that. I don't think he's the only baby daddy in her life.
Damn.
All right. So Manny, I guess we'll go to you real quick, and you can say what you want to on the episode and what else. Talk about it.
I mean, like you guys touch base on everything, the same thing, and I think Jamie's gonna be the one that's gonna kill Cersei. I think it's in the decks. I think it just has to happen that way. I figured something, whenever he kind of, got it going on with his girl, whatever. I figured, something's gonna pop up because I don't think he's gonna chill there in the north. I didn't see him staying there while the battle went on. So he couldn't sleep at night. Like, I gotta go do what I gotta do. And like Doro said and Chino said, I think he's gonna be the one that kills her. I think Tyrion's gonna survive to the end. I think the next episode's gonna be fast paced. It has to, because it's got to wrap this up. But these guys, like Daenerys and all them, they have to be kind of short-handed, because when it first started off, they were super overpowered. 3 dragons, a massive army. They would have wiped out King's Landing for fun.
Yeah.
So now, whenever Jon, I would imagine that Jon's gonna be the one that conquers King's Landing. He's got to be kind of short-handed so he can prevail, and then kind of show that this is why I'm the king, because I can lead, and I can, I was basically born for it. Even though I don't want it, it's gonna happen, because it's my destiny, kind of like he might end up saying like Iron Man, I am Jon Snow afterwards.
Yes.
But I think that was the main thing. But what I did want to touch base on before we wrapped it up is, I did want to talk about the Free Comic Book Day. I want to find out how it went for you, and then we want to talk about how it went for us as being store owners now. So Thor, I mean, if you want to say some final things about the show, and then we can move on to the free.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. The last thing I want to get into, man, I know you guys saw the preview for the next episode. So if people were paying attention, now you're seeing the dragon taking a nosedive straight from the sky. Why? Because they can't point them damn bows and arrows in that direction. So now everything, and this is where I feel the whole, when Miss Sandy said Dracarys, that pretty much was like, listen, like, make it rain fire, and that's what's gonna happen, bro, and that's what's gonna destroy those guys. So it's
Very
gonna be
smart.
dope. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm still not sleeping on the Night King, because when you guys remember back in the older episodes when he touched the little kid and turned him and converted him,
Yep.
I honestly feel that the Night King keeps repossessing, in a sense, is himself and being born again. So I don't think the Night King ever dies.
No, he's Bran. The Night King is Bran. I think at the end of the season, you're gonna find out that Bran is gonna be the new Night King.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna talk real quick about the episode, and then I'm gonna talk about Free Comic Book Day to wrap it up. We'll ask about it, but I thought the episode was good. I enjoyed it very much. again, I thought it was one of those episodes just leading up to the next last war. I'm a little disappointed that Yara the Greyjoys. It looks like Theon was probably going to be the last one showing up this season. It looks like Yara's not gonna make an appearance. Unless
she went to go protect her homeland, bro. That's what that happened with that.
So not having that support, I can say that in the next episode, man, the only thing that's gonna save these guys is really gonna be just inner conflict, man. Within the Golden Company and what's it called, Cersei and them. I want to say like I think the Golden Company is gonna be split because some of them are gonna be
they have their allegiance to the Targaryens because that's where they came from.
Well, that and I think I from what I think that guy the one that was sleeping with Daenerys from the Sons, the dude the long haired dude, man, I forgot his name. Last season, dude.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to remember his name.
I think he's gonna pop in next episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think he's gonna pop in and him and his guys are infiltrated the Golden Company because the Sun stayed back in Marine. Remember, like him and his army stayed there.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I think that's gonna cause inner conflict, you know. And I think also I think Sansa's gonna save the day. I think Sansa and the Knights of the Vale are gonna ride in and come in and also like the remaining bannermen of the Tyrells and those will pop in. So I think it's gonna be cool towards the end. You're gonna start seeing everybody just kind of come in. I don't think the Greyjoys will pop in. It'll be cool, you know, if all of a sudden they pop in and she comes in and kills Euron, which could be pretty cool. But I guess next week, man, we'll talk about it.
Definitely, bro.
On our Tuesday show. I guess Manny we want to talk about Free Comic Book Day, man. I know Thor, you said you didn't pick up no comics, huh?
Nah, man, freaking everybody got ransacked, bro. So I was like, I didn't have time, and so pretty much, I think one of my buddies, he's holding some books for me that he was able to snatch up the prior day because he knew everything was gonna be gone. So hopefully, he still has it for me, and I'll be able to go over there and pick it up.
If not, we got some, bro.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, because I know it was that Spider-Man, Spawn, My Hero Academia. Those were like the main ones I was wanting. So
there you go.
Avengers.
Appreciate it. Yeah, Avengers. Yeah, I want to read that one. Want to check that out.
Ignition.
Okay. Yeah,
Dark Age.
Bro. Yeah, that's the other one I was looking for too, man. Because I know that's going to be a hell of a story. If you guys don't know anything about Dark Age, that's pretty much everything. There's some sort of weather change, and the rain destroys everything metal. So it destroys everything metal, and literally everything that they use, weapons, is all made out of wood. That's the only thing that they have. So I'm looking forward to that.
Damn.
So there's probably a lot of dudes with hard-ons with their woods poking each other, killing each other.
Damn, man.
All right. Robert was asking me about the comic shop. The comic shop's going good, man. We had a good turnout for a comic book day. It was kind of sucky that I didn't show up till like 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock. But Manny was there, man. But I kept getting pictures and they're sending me videos, and my wife was sending me stories from Instagram, man. And we had a packed house, man. To be honest with you, we got a lot of exposure. We had a lot of people double dip they left and then came back, and it's cool. I think Manny in the beginning we were doing 5 books. We were being a little conservative.
Yeah.
We heard a lot of the competition here in Houston, man, were being pretty anal about comic book day. Like the bigger stores are doing just 1 book, 2 books, and these are big players, you know.
Oh wow.
And there was one guy that doesn't even participate. They don't even.
Yeah, man. There's some people that were talking about that, man. I've seen some comic book shop owners that I know, and they were saying that they don't participate in it because they still got to come out of pocket. Yeah. And I was like, that's insane. I mean, in reality, if you know these big companies, Marvel, DC, you know, Image, IDW, if they want to, you know, if they want you guys to promote, you know, free comic book day, they might as well hand you guys the books out for free. And just, you know, but yeah, that's the reason why I know some people don't participate in it, and they've gotten tired of like the crap that sometimes people do, man. Because when people hear free, man, they go free-handed at everything.
Look, Manny does the orders with the other guy, Michael. I'm not gonna say they were. I don't think they're that expensive. Yeah, we come out of pocket, dude, but
yeah,
it's a write-off. Regardless, it's a write-off. You know. Second of all, man, when we were there towards the afternoon, some of our customers that they always hang out, dude. Like towards the end, we were just hanging out for like another hour and a half with the regulars there. Dude, we saw people posting those free comic book days already on eBay for like $45. So
Christ.
This is where I see the comic book owners get discouraged because they don't get to charge that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
So this is what I tell people, man. It's very, very, very black and white. When you're owning a business, you know, and you're trying to make these decisions for your business, because people think, you know, you own a comic book shop, man, you're probably, you know, filthy rich, you know, and I can honestly attest to owning a comic book shop is hard, man. Like for people that do it, money wise, it's just the stuff's not really expensive, man. Like the new books. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like you have to sell so many books, man, to really make money. And I'm not knocking it or whatever. So when I see comic book owners like hiking up prices on variants and stuff like that, man, I understand it. Like, trust me, I understand it because of.
Oh yeah, I understand that 100% as well, bro.
This is part of it, and you know, it's just, you know, there's no gray area in how they need to do whatever they need to do to stay going. People probably don't want to hear that, but that's the thing with comic book stores, man. It's like, you know, we're over here being, you know, we thought we were being conservative doing 5 books, you know, and then we hear other people doing like 1 book, you know, no books, and you know, we sit there and we're like, man, we're fortunate enough that we were able to give out all these free books. Towards the end, the last hour, dude, like people walked in and we're like, take whatever you want, like literally, like take them. Like one of our buddies came in there and bought a box, like a short box, and he's a good friend of ours. You know, he's A. Ramirez, the one that pops in here.
Yeah.
And he was telling us that he went home and he read a book and he's like, I need to put these up. And whatever the case is, you know, he was like, you'll see why. And then I told him, I'm like, he bought the box and I'm like, fill that shit up, bro. Take all those damn books, you know, like, so we're doing that. And like, you know, it's a little heartbreaking to hear like other people, you know, getting 1 book and, you know, it just sucks. It sucks, man, that some people had a bad experience when it's supposed to be a good experience. It's supposed to be for customers, you know?
Nah, I feel you, man. But, you know, the biggest thing that sparked all this stuff, too, man, was the Umbrella Academy free comic book day, bro.
Yeah.
And where, you know, I'm not going to lie, dude, that book right there, if you look at the prices and you try finding one, it's freaking insane. And that's the reason why people this time, I think, just kind of went all out, trying to grab as many copies of whatever as they can, because there are people that can't make it, or somebody works or whatever reason, so they can't make it to the comic book store. So now they're like, hey, if you want it, you got to pay $10. I've seen some of these free comic book day stuff already going for 10, 20. It's crazy.
I don't know where I read this. I don't know if I heard it on YouTube or Burke Nasty or someone was saying, man, that basically that they were doing like a grab bag of like $35. Like you can get a book, but if you spend like $35, that they just stuck a whole bunch of free comic books in there and give you like a mystery bag. Something I heard it, dude.
Yeah, I've heard so many different comic book shops that do different things. I know I've also heard of mystery boxes that people were doing. They were having like $50 mystery boxes, and what they were doing too was they were throwing 2, 3, or even 4 copies of whatever free comic book day comic that you wanted alongside with the box. So there's different tactics. They, like you said, comic book owners and stuff like that. They try to make it, their money as best as possible. It's even like, I've seen like Comic Head 84 put in some in the chat talking about checking eBay prices at the counter isn't a good look. And I agree, man. I've been to some comic book stores, man, where these dudes will go on eBay because you're there looking through the long boxes. It's happened to me. I've been there doing all the work, looking through the long boxes, and then I grab 2 or 3 copies of that same book. And I've had people go, why are you taking these? And, they're in the dollar boxes. And I'm like, well, these are for me. This is what's going on. And I don't even lie about it. I'll be like, hey, this is the first appearance of blah, blah, blah. Then I've had them go on eBay, and all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, man, I'm sorry, I can't sell this to you for $1. This is going to be $100. And I'm just like, dude, it's crazy, man, because I was there. I was like, dude, I'm back here, and I remember I fought with that guy, and he pretty much at that point was like, and then at that point he was just pretty much was like, oh, okay, just take it, and. And I did. And I walked out of that. I was like, how are you going to tell me after putting in all the legwork and looking through them damn long boxes for like literally 3 hours, you're going to come and tell me you want to charge me $100 for these 3 books? I was like, yeah, out of your mind. So it's crazy, man. When they have practices like that, it does. But then that's what kills certain people's, businesses when it comes to comic books. Like, for example, like what you guys are doing. You guys are doing a great thing, in my opinion, and people could be against it. I don't care. Like you guys are doing the waffles on these big ass books. It's giving these, an opportunity to everybody to be able to get one of these books that like you had that McFarlane 1 in 100 of Spider-Man. Now you guys did this 1 in 500 of Batman Who Laughs. Bro, I wouldn't mind giving $4, $5, $10 to be able to get a crack at a book that I might have a chance of winning.
You actually did give $4.
Yeah, I did. I gave $4. I was like, let me try my luck. I'm horrible at these things. So. And there was only one number left, so I couldn't put it in.
It was either you or Joker that wanted that last number. But look, no, the reason Manny, our marketing strategy is going to be different, man. And we tell people it's going to be different because we have other businesses. If we didn't have other businesses, man, I'm not saying we will be like this comic book owners or whatever the case is, but we wouldn't be in a position to do what we're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
We're just blessed to be able to do things differently, but it can change the dynamic for a lot of people. I'm not saying that we're going to change every comic book store's perspective, dude, but there's going to be some people that are going to catch on to it, and it's just going to make it that much better because again, at the end of the day, man, this is all about customer service. If you don't have customer service, bro, people are not gonna go to your store.
It's big time, man. And it's like I said, I've had my terrible experiences with comic book stores, man. And that's why, like, the things that you guys are doing stuff that I've never, in all honesty, from New York City to Jersey, Pennsylvania, down all the way here to Virginia, bro. I have not seen one comic book store do what you guys are doing. And I'm 100% honest because my wife could even tell you guys I have traveled through a gazillion comic book shops up and down the East Coast, man. The only place I haven't hit is Delaware. And, and I haven't been into Baltimore to any of those comic book stores, but what you guys are doing, for example, you guys have payment plans for these books that are freaking ridiculous prices. You know what I'm saying?
Manny did one on Saturday too.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he did one on Phoenix, the Dark Phoenix first appearance on X-Men.
Yeah.
Oh crap! Yeah, you see, and you guys have a great business plan, man. You guys don't see that anymore because there's a lot of these comic book shops when they say the book is $1,000, they want that $1,000 right there and then. And if you try to haggle with them, they might be like, "Okay, I'll give it to you for $950," but they want the money that instant.
Yeah.
You guys are working on a layaway plan, which a lot of these places don't do. And you know what I'm saying? So that's a great thing for me. That's awesome because if I came up to you guys and said, "Hey, listen, I want a Batman, 181, the first appearance of Poison Ivy, or I want a Hulk 181," you guys would be like, "Okay, this is the total that we're gonna sell it to you at. This is how much you can pay us or whatever, however you want to work it out." Dude, that shit is awesome, bro. Like nobody does it, bro. I've never seen that in any comic book store, period.
Yeah, and again, it goes back to we're trying to do things different. It's obviously when we do these I guess layaway or payment plans, we already paid for the books, so you're already out that money. What you collect on top of what you want to make or whatever the case is, and it comes in on weekly or bi-weekly or whatever. It's going to be the same stuff. The difference is, again, business logic and how we're positioning ourselves is, we're fortunate again that we're not paying storefront. We built our comic book shop at a place that we already had a lease in.
Yeah.
So we're doing a lot of things because again, we were just smart about how we were going to approach this business. But when you have a storefront that's $3,000, $4,000 a month, you can't do layaway.
It's big time, man.
But
yeah, it's hard. It's very hard, man. It's very hard because you got to pay that rent. If you don't pay that rent, you can't slang your comics.
Yeah, that's true, man. Yeah, I do agree with that 100%. And
so when we do these things, man, and again, we're just trying to do things differently, man. And like I said, we have a different vision. Me and Manny have a different vision for the store. It looks like the path that we're taking right now it's on the uprise. We keep landing new subscribers, new people. When we hear like a customer say, we had some customers come from literally they're probably 20 miles out. Because Houston's huge, and when they say, "Hey, I don't like this big," it's a nice comic book store that we know, me and Manny know, and they come to us and they're like, "I don't like that store over there," and they rather come to ours. And ours is, I think ours is a good size. It's not huge.
Yeah.
We were in Dallas, we saw some
big ass
humongous stores, bro. It looked like damn fucking JCPenney, basically. It was huge, man. Literally, me and Manny were in there, and the two stores that we visited, God, man, how do you keep up with all these comics?
That's
how do you keep up with all these pops, all these toys, all these statues, and you have 3 or 4 employees, man.
Man, them employees must be working hard as hell, man. I can tell you that.
And to see that is pretty cool, but then you're like, man, that's just, I can imagine how much rent the dude's paying,
Yeah.
That's what we were able to score some books, right? But it goes back to again, man. Free Comic Book Day, I think it's another one in October. We're gonna continue with our trend of it's for the customers, bro. We had hot dogs, we had drinks, we had chips for them. We had everyone inside the store picking up free comic books, and they were buying stuff. So the marketing behind it is it's the same thing, man. It's getting the exposure, giving away free stuff. When people walk in there, bro, they're gonna most likely buy stuff. Yeah, you're gonna have some people just walk in there and get free comic books, but it is what it is, bro. Like, it's free comic book day. So, if they go in there and they pick up free stuff, but they like you and your customer service and your store, they're gonna come back and become a customer.
Yeah.
That's my take on it. And I'm looking forward to the next one. Hopefully, I'll be there with Manny and Michael. Well, we do have some books. If you guys want to hit us up, we have them on eBay for like $45. No, we don't. We have some free books. I think I'm sending some to who was asking me earlier on Instagram.
My wife is over here. She's like, I want some of those books.
Hey, Doro.
Also, Comics for All People said, I did not know you do layaway plan. And Robert asked, just a question. What's the payment plan on Fantastic Four 48, fine grade? Just curious, brothers. So to answer both your questions, I'm going to try to kill two birds with one stone. It just depends on, we can get anything. When we tell you guys.
Don't say anything.
What did Manny say?
I said, don't say anything.
Let me see. I can hear you.
I said, don't say we can get anything because someone's gonna ask for like the types of comics.
No, okay, yeah.
Like a Batman for the
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Well, we're not. Okay. When I say anything, that doesn't mean I'm gonna get a Batman 1 or Detective Comics, Batman First Appearance. What I'm saying is, anything that like a Fantastic Four 48, Giant Size X-Men, Hulk 181, reasonable comic book grails, but nothing that's gonna cost me $100,000 or $30,000. But the stuff that comic book shops buy, you're not gonna see your typical comic book store with a wall full of Batman 1, X-Men 1 and Fantastic Four 1 and all those. You're not, a store would be dumb to invest that much money on those books because there's only so many people that are gonna want to buy those books, But like a Fantastic 48, stuff like that, man, I can find it. You just gotta tell me, give me some time, and let me know. And when we do have people on payment plans, me and Manny allocate a certain amount of money, man, that we put to the side, so we don't get overextended. So as people are paying off stuff, we start doing new layaways, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to have we don't want to have, let's just throw a number out there. Let's just say $3,000. We have $3,000 just revolving for layaway plans.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to have $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $10,000 revolving at all times because it can get kind of messy. So what we tell people is, some books we already have. So if it's a book that we already have, it's even easier for us to do because we already invested the money. But if something that I have to find, you just have to tell me hey, this is what I'm looking for. We'll go over the term, as far as how you can make the payments and this and this. And then I'll tell you, I'll give you my utmost, most sincerest price. I'll tell you, look, this is what I'm going to try to find. This is what I'm going to try to sell it for. Because I have to make some money. But it's not like I'm not going to spend. Because we sell cars. When people think that we buy cars, we're auto dealer. They think we buy cars for $200.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to find a Fantastic Four 48. For $200, even a mid grade, I'm not gonna find it. I'm gonna pay a little bit of money.
I wish.
and then I'm gonna mark it up a little bit, But people have to understand that, I've talked to people, and when I tell people, it's if you're paying a little bit over market value or right at market value, then you're in the win.
Mm-hmm.
You can't expect to pay a lot of money under market value. And I tell people, when I get deals, like you get deal store. We talked about it.
Yeah.
I'll go to a comic book store or I'll go to a convention and I'll buy like 10 books so I can get discounts. You know, but if I go to a comic book store and I just want to buy one book, they're not going to give you a discount.
They're not going to be getting a discount like that.
They're not, you know, and I'm not going to find a Fantastic 448 at a comic book store, you know, because those books, they don't, anything that's under $1,000, man, people, as soon as the comic book store gets it in good areas, it's gone. So it's just basically that, man. You just have to let me know what you got. Like I said, Manny just put one on one of the books that we already had doubles of. So that doesn't count to our money that we allocated for payment plans. You know, that's just the money spent. You know, if it's something that we have, it makes it a lot easier. If it's something I have to find, then I tell people, you know, when I do find it and they're serious, I'll tell them, okay, you want me to buy this, you know, let's just say this $800 book or whatever, $1,000 book, you know, so I don't get screwed over or whatever buying a book that I don't want. I'll tell them like, all right, just give me a down payment so I can go ahead and make the purchase, and I know you're serious, you know. If I have to find it, I have to do it that way. It's just it makes sense, you know. And if I tell them like, if you don't want it, then you know, and we agree to the terms or whatever. I haven't had this issue, but like anything, I have to tell them like, you know, you just can't flake out on it, you know. You know, there's a big chance that they won't get that money back, you know. Unless, you know, I buy a book and it's like I mess up and it's just a book that's incomplete or something, you know. But I have Manny for that, you know. We don't make stupid decisions, but when it comes to that, man, I think you start seeing more cool stuff with what we have coming out with the waffles. We have a lot of stuff coming in on consignment. We should have well, Manny's been getting a lot of people sending him their collections, so more stuff's going to become available, and it's just going to be. It's going to be pretty cool here in the next few weeks. In the next few weeks, next few months, we have some more things that we're going to bring to the table. And you know, at the end of the day, like I said, it's just let me know what you look. If you guys are still here asking the questions of the books, hit me up on Instagram. Let me know. Though good for me, I will think about it. Okay, and just let me know. The grade and kind of like, you know, if you want it slabbed, if you want it raw, or like we talked the other day, Thor, remember? Because you know, we're not gonna spoil what we have going on with you, you know, on what we have when we get your stuff. But the other thing will be, you know, press and clean. You know, if you want me to get a raw book, if you want it press and clean with my guy, or we'll send it to Erod, or whatever, you know, or if you want me to send it to go get graded. So just hit me up and we'll work it out. Since we are talking about comic books, I do want to show off this bad boy.
There you go.
That's a good one.
I don't know if I should waffle this one.
That's a good book, man.
I would, if you,
dude.
if you are,
I'm a little bummed out.
That one's signed by Donny Cates.
Yeah, it's signed by Donny Cates. 12/3/2007.
That's a good waffle book, bro. I've seen a lot of people do it.
That book's about to get
but
hot.
You know what, dude? Man, it's kind of books, man, that something about signed books, bro. Like I don't know. Like when someone does all that work, that leg work already, man, it's just so hard to get rid of them, you know.
I'll feel you, man. For me, I'm not too big on signed books, man. To be honest with you, I'm more like I love to keep my covers the way that they are. I don't really need people's signatures on it. But, you know, even if I have, well, I can't lie because that, you know, they could be just that one book that I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I would love to have a signature on it. And it only has to be one book. But if I have another copy or third copy of it, dude, I don't need no more signatures on it. I'm good.
One is good.
Yeah. And I will show y'all, I didn't have it here. Oh, yeah. Keep on this one, guys.
Like a damn magician, bro.
Buy it. Especially, you know, you guys watch Endgame.
Yeah, no,
That's a big boy book, bro.
He died, man, and I told Manny, man, I wanted to get this one right before Endgame. I knew it. I was like, man, this book is gonna end it.
That was a good pickup, man.
It's gone up.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. Let's say goodbye, Manny.
Yeah, definitely.
Plug your little channel there.
Yeah, the channel is Chinocomics&more. But same thing, like you guys said, man. I mean, Free Comic Book Day was really fun. It's a tricky endeavor, believe it or not. There's a lot to it. We were at one point we were like swamped with people, and it was awesome to see the store with that kind of energy. And what we told a lot of people to pick 5 books and you're good. Call us back at 5 o'clock, and if we have extras, you're welcome to come back and get more books. A lot of people bought extra stuff, like Chino said. We met new people that probably go to different stores, showed up at our store, and now they know where we're at. So, sometimes, that helps out because now you know where we're located, and they kind of see, what we have to offer. And like Chino said, we're trying to do things different from the perspective of how we would want to get treated. And then, like, when it comes to like all the stuff about doing like payment plans, just let us know the book that you're looking for. We'll keep our eye for it. I don't mind going out for the hunts. Chino is always hunting too.
Yeah.
And then, we'll figure something out, man. And most of the people that we see on the chat, it's the same people all the time, and they do business with other people that are in the community. This is a community that we all do business with each other. And it'll be easy to set you guys up with a payment plan. That way you end up getting a book like the one Chino showed off today, that Iron Man first appearance. That's the kind of book that it's tricky to just walk into a store and pay it off right off the bat. But if you get a book like that on a payment plan, it makes a big difference, bro. So yeah, we want to get to that point where we can get at least a few guys some of those books that they consider grails. And like Chino said, just nothing that's that's way out of hand. Like if somebody wants a $20,000 book, that's too much of a commitment,
Yeah.
And aside with that, man, yeah, aside with that, like I said, man, I mean, there's more things coming to the channel. There's gonna be a lot more videos coming up. The Sunday thing, we're gonna find a good time to do this, and we'll talk about different things. We'll talk about books. I do have some extra free comic books, so if you guys need something, always reach out to us, and we'll figure something out. But I do have something I know. Thor, since you missed out, bro, I'm gonna send you some stuff, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, my wife's over here too. She's like, yo, make sure they send me my books too.
Yeah, we'll send you guys books, man.
The relationship that we have is badass, bro.
All right, thank you, man. I appreciate it, guys.
You done, Manny?
Yeah, I'm done. Whatever Thor has to say now.
Yeah, man. As always, man, I enjoy, love hanging out with my brothers here, Chino and Manny. Definitely come and check us out on Tuesdays. And I'm always going to continue to plug that show because I love the living hell out of it. New comic book day. These guys got a store, R&R Comics. Definitely go and check them out if you guys in the Houston area. And if not, hey, hit them up, via Instagram, Chinocomics&more. And on top of that too, definitely come and check out my dollar auction, man. You guys are missing out on some crazy books. I've had so much positive feedback. Yeah. A lot of people are like, man, you're crazy for selling some of that stuff for $1. But man, I got to make room for my daughters. So, you guys got to thank my little girl because she's the one that needs a little area to play. So I got to get rid of a lot of this stuff. Other than that, man, as always, man, thank you guys who joined us here today. Really appreciate it, man, from the bottom of my heart. And I'm already past 250, so I want to say thank you to all you guys for that. And I see my brothers here, man. They have 561. Congrats, guys. You guys are about to get to that 600 soon. So definitely, man. You guys are putting in work. So, shout out to both of y'all, man.
Yeah, man. We've been very fortunate, man, that we were, when we came into this, man, it was really to talk about books and this, and then through the beginning stages of our YouTube careers, because we're celebrities now. We were blessed with this opportunity of the store, man. So, God is good, man. God is always been, I guess our biggest fans, and they're to everyone, man. I think a lot of people probably, they go through hardships, and like I said, we've gone through them too, and we've been in positions where, you know, with our other businesses where it's been tough, man. And
Put the camera on yourself, bro. You guys still got me on.
And so basically, yeah, we're very blessed that we were accepted to the community. We've been on other people's channels. We've met a lot of cool people. Obviously, you know, Thoro. We met you on here. We become like family on here, man. We talk every day. You know, we're talking me, you, and Mark, and Manny. We've met other people on here, man, and you know, we have people that have been supporting the store, which is incredible, man. Like to have people from YouTube buy books from us, have pull boxes from us, participate in our waffles. So, you know, we don't want to, you know, not be thankful of the opportunities that we're given, and we cherish it. Me, Manny, we always talk about it, man. Like the community on YouTube is amazing, man. It's just, you know, we've seen so much positive things here on Facebook, and everybody does, you know, their own thing, their own twist, or whatever the case is, and we support anybody that's on here. You know, we're just gonna continue to do what we have to do. We have our sights set on trying to reach 1,000 because we want to give away some really cool stuff. I think me and Manny we've been real busy. So the next few weeks, man, you'll start seeing more cool videos, man. Apart from our live shows, which I love the live shows because it's just cool, man. You just get to talk about stuff, and it's just, you know, you're not shooting behind a camera. You're not screwing up. Like me and Manny, we sometimes take, you know, like a 5-minute video is like an hour-long video because the guy screws up a lot, you know? He screws up, and then he wants to look at angles, and, you know, is the camera capturing me? You know, I'm taller than you, and, you know, it's fun, man. I mean, it's just fun, you know. I'm glad that me and Manny can do the videos together, man, when we're shooting a video. Because I think if he was shooting it by himself, he's pretty boring. He doesn't have the comedy behind it. So it kind of worked out. But now Manny's my younger brother, man, and I give him a lot of crap. I give my older brother a lot of crap, and I give my sister a lot of crap. I give everyone a lot of crap. So it's just how I am. That's my personality, man. I like to just kid around a lot. I'm just always looking at the positive things in life, and I joke a lot. My wife gets mad because she's like, "You're always joking. Like, can you ever be serious?" And I'm like, "That's just how I am, man." It's like I take something, you know, that can be serious, and I make a joke out of it. I've always been that way. But apart from that, man, like I said, tune in on Tuesday. Hopefully by tomorrow, these guys will pay up, and we'll do the waffle. If not, we'll do it on Tuesday for sure. We're very fortunate that it filled up pretty quick.
They better pay up.
What did you say? Hurry up.
I said they better pay up, man. You didn't see him punching his fist. He's like, yo.
Well, I hit him up on Facebook, but the people that get on Facebook, bro, they're late to respond. That's why we tell everybody transition to Instagram, because Instagram, I feel like, you know, they're just always on there, you know, and it's like Facebook is like, it's just
it's like MySpace now.
Yeah, dude, it's like they go in there, and the people that are on Facebook, they're not on social media as much as the people on Instagram. Well, some people are, but for the most part, I think tomorrow when they get to work, and, you know, people like to fuck off when they're at work and go on social media. So I think when they're at home on Sundays, they're like they don't mess with it. But at work, on someone else's dime, they want to be on social media. So I think tomorrow they'll check it and they'll do the PayPal. But apart from that, man, thank you everyone that was here. I think we had a good showing. Hawaiian Punch was here. Robert, Jigs, Thoro was on here. Who's that guy? Comics for All People, DS Comics, everyone, man. On Tuesday, we'll let you know the actual time that's gonna work for me, Manny, Burke, and Thoro, so we can do this every Sunday. Because I mean, you know, with Burke's our guy, man, and you know, I'm kind of sad that he's not on here. So I like giving him shit for being a Power Ranger fan. But besides that, dude, I mean, thank you guys. Make sure you watch Game of Thrones next week.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a big one, man.
Oh yeah.
And I hope you guys enjoyed the one of many Sunday shows that we'll be having. I know how to host now, so that's pretty cool. I learned something new. I learned how to copy and paste on stupid Mac. So it was a good day. I learned some new things. H-Town, have a good night, bro. Hawaiian Punch. If they don't pay up, I'll send them to you, bro.
Send them to you.
Take the spot. That's it, guys. I don't have anything else.
You know how to log off?
I didn't hear Manny. What did you say? I turned them off earlier.
The guy. Damn.
Does he know how to log off?
He said, do you know how to kill the live feed right now?
Oh, well, yeah, I think so. Let me see. Figure it out.
This dude has me cracking up.
Oh yeah, there's a leave call up here. I see it.
Nah, you gotta end the stream on your part, bro.
On the side, let me see.
Oh, this is about to be fun right now.
Oh, it says stop broadcast. Oh, stop broadcasting.
Yeah, stop broadcasting it.
There you go.
Yeah, it's big and red, bro. I know, Manny. All right, guys, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
All right.
Right here.
Now we can sign off.
Guys, have a good one, man.
All right, brother. You have a good night, Manny. I'll see you tomorrow. Get to work.
Get to work.